Bodimen. Now, Bodimen is not what you're thinking. It is not a misspelling, and it does not refer to the English word body, but it refers to a specific tribe, that of Bodimen, that inhabits Ethiopia, specifically the Omo Valley. This tribe is here discussed because it's interesting. They have one particular aspect in their culture that is absolutely fascinating, and that aspect is the Kahel ceremony. Now, what happens is that this culture, this particular tribe, celebrates and honors men that are fat. And in the Kahel ceremony, what happens is that men who have been put up for the task of becoming fatter and fatter in the previous 6 months walk 4 hours around a sacred tree, because they are gonna be crowned. And specifically, that is not just symbolic, it is also implying that they're gonna choose the best woman in the village to get married to. The way they are crowned is due to their weight. In other words, women will choose the guy who is the fattest. I think that in this day and age where there's so much body shaming, this is interesting, right? Of course, we have seen something like that in a previous episode, but that time around was concerning women, particularly women in Mauritania. It's not just Mauritania, there's part of Tunisia and other parts in Kenya and in Algeria and in other African countries where women are fattened in order to get married. But that is a long process. That is a process that goes from the age of 5 to the age of 19, most likely, right? But this time around, this is about men. It's the man that 6 months prior to the Kahel ceremony becomes fatter and fatter. And the way he does that is by drinking a lot of milk, cow milk of course, and a lot of cow blood, which, you know, it's part of the tradition in this specific tradition and some other traditions. And once he get married, he'll shed off the weight in a few weeks because they go back to normal diet, so that doesn't have long-lasting implication. But the communality and the common theme between this tradition and the women's tradition we have discussed, which is called Liblu, the commonality is the fact that are put up to become fatter, are made fatter, or just simply fat in that specific case, considering that they have a dearth of resources. And I thought that was particularly interesting because in women this process lasts for long, so you can assume that the weight will remain for a little while, but in men it doesn't. And it's probably due to the resources, to the fact they don't have a lot of resources. But it's also interesting because it's this concept of being fat that gets awarded. This should not be a surprise because, of course, in poor societies, somebody who's fat is conceived as somebody more resourceful. It's just a ancestral type of mechanism. It's like women who are fatter are preferred by men who are heavily stressed for the same reason, and there's another episode on that, why men do like women with big bottoms. That's basically the reason, or partially the reason. And nothing, guys, and that is pretty much it. But interesting, right? Because we live in a culture where we have a certain stereotype and we have to follow that stereotype. And for many, especially many young women, this might become a, problem, an issue. They might get into troubles because of this relationship with food that we have, which is totally distorted because everybody has their own body type. So in light of that, I thought I would deliver this episode. So guys, now it's your turn. Please let us know. comment below, and I'm looking forward to reading all your comments below. And if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll talk next time in a new episode about something else. Bye!